And now, weighing in out of the blue corner, Josh the Punk Thompson. 100%. And on the other mic, he weighs in from the red corner, Big Sean McCarthy.
Let's go ahead and talk. There were some fight announcements. And so we're going to work right into this fight announcement, John. There was several fight announcements, but let's go. Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway and Usman, and then Usman versus Buckley.
Yeah, and I like both of them.
Do you like both of them?
I do.
Why do you think that they decided on this Max Holloway and Dustin fight a third time, knowing that Dustin's won the first two?
Okay, the reason why, there's this title called the BMF, and Max holds that title because he had that incredible knockout of Justin Gaethje in the last second. That was from UFC 300, and it was just a remarkable performance overall, a remarkable moment. And if you're going to take a look and be honest about, okay, I can take Dustin Poirier and put him back against Justin Gaethje, and what does that do for me? They both have a win, so it's a great trilogy. I love it, but I don't want Dustin beating Justin. I really don't, because Justin's going to stay with me, and Dustin has said this is his last fight. Okay. I've got Max Holloway sitting there at now 155. Yes, he has had 2 fights against Dustin, but he is the guy that holds the title. And I want to have an introduction for him as far as he had the fight against Justin at 155. This is him now officially coming to 155 for good, because he went back and he fought Ilia Topuria at 145. That one didn't work out. But with the title on the line, it's a great story either way. If Dustin wins, he walks away with this title because he had an interim title with UFC, but he never had the undisputed. It would be undisputed as the BMF. It's a perfect title for a guy that's had the fights that he's had. And so you look and you go, it'd be great. And then we can open it up we can take that title since he's retired, and I can put it back in there wherever I want in the mix. So it works for me perfectly. I love it. If Max wins, awesome. I have my title at 155. I have Ilia Topuria, who's going to be taking on my champion in Islam. I can take that title at 155, and I can pick somebody out in there that I can have Max fight before he ends up moving himself into position to fight possibly Islam if Islam stays, or Ilia if Ilia wins.
Here's my kind of take on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Is that I think that they feel like the BMF thing has kind of run its course, and that if Dustin does win, it can just disappear.
Okay. Could be.
And that's kind of like, hey, Dustin, to honor Dustin, if he does get the win, we're just going to hang it with you, and it's done. Out of respect for you, and out of, you've got the 2 wins over 3. It'll be 3 if you do win the BMF, and then they can kind of wash their hands of the BMF title.
Yeah.
It's ran its course. We're done with it, and Dustin can actually walk away with the title. It's a title. It really is. And I get it. It's ran its course though. And I always looked at him as being like, you're the interim champion, and maybe people don't look at that, but man, dude, you've done so much. I'm not going to take it from that guy. Come on, man. That guy's he's been a trooper, a company man. He's done everything right. He's always spoke, very respectfully for, about a lot of his opponents, and even the ones he didn't like, he ended up coming around to a little bit. Not all of them, but some of them.
Not all,
but some. But I mean, bottom line is he's a fantastic person. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. That's my take on why they matched him up. But why not? And he even talked about it. What's your idea though? Why not Ilia Topuria? Because he asked for it. He said, "I'll take Ilia and I'll take Justin." He actually wanted the Justin fight.
Yeah,
I understand why the Justin, but why not the Ilia?
Real simple. What did they tell Ilia?
Title shot.
Give up the 145, and we'll give you the title shot. So he sets the title down, and he gets the title shot. So then I can't put him against Dustin because it's not a title shot. So that kind of takes that one away. So the real question is picking Max over the trilogy with Justin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think whoever, if Ilya does fight Islam next, I think Justin's going to be next. I think Justin will wait to fight Islam, or the winner, which I think is going to be Islam over Ilya, anyways. But I think what you're going to do is you're going to wait for that fight to happen. I think Justin's just going to sit on the sideline, wait, take that title shot. Whoever wins out of Islam and Ilya, take that title shot. And if he wins, he'll stay around. If he loses, I think he'll probably start to make his way out as well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and then what about the Joaquin Buckley and Kamaru Usman fight?
That one's a little bit different. That one's. I look at that and it's like, and here they go again. It's funny because you just had the podcast that Kamaru and Henry Cejudo do, and they had Kamaru's been,
I think is what it is.
Yeah. Kamaru's been working out with Izzy Adesanya, and they were all sitting there talking about things and talking about how similar all been champions, and Henry came with you, and we're all 0-3 in our last 3 fights. You look and you go, oh, that hurt. Ow. And now take a look, and this is what when we say this stuff, Josh, and people say, oh, you don't know what you. Take a look at that group. Take a look at those 3 guys. Take a look at what they've accomplished in the sport. And now take a look at where they are in their career at this point, at this age, and look at what's happening. This is what happens. And it's tough. And and this is what, when I say this is what happens, all 3 of them have the 3 losses, but those 3 losses are to really good competition. Okay. You can take a look at Kamaru Usman's losses. Well, they're to Leon Edwards and they are to Chimaev. Okay. Okay. Not bad competition. It's not like you're fighting the lower level guys. You have 3 losses, but your 3 losses are to, people that are champions or going to be champions in a weight class at some point. Then you can take a look at Henry, same thing. Take a look at his losses. You come back, Aljamain Sterling, Merab, right? The one against Yadong Song, okay, that could be your one exception because of the eye injury and stuff, but still took on studs, and the thing. Take a look at Izzy and look at who he has lost to. So you look and you go, this is what happens. Now, what is the UFC doing? Where's Joaquin Buckley at?
Mm-hmm.
He's on the rise.
Yeah.
He's hot right now. He's in that moment in his career, and he's, how old? 31?
Yeah, I think he's still young.
Yes. And that, and so super strong, super fast, got power. And I love Kamaru as a fighter, but Kamaru is now limited based upon he's got some injuries, he's got some knee problems, things like that. Still a great fighter, but what are they doing? They're trying to promote and get Joaquin Buckley up to that point. They can put him in that title fight, and it makes sense because if he beats Kamaru Usman, he just beat the guy that was once the pound for pound best fighter in the world. He's beat the guy that was the longtime welterweight champion, and they want that highlight.
Yeah, he's 31 years old.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He's explosive.
And Kamaru is 39.
And Kamaru, I think, is probably around that age.
Yeah,
37.
Okay,
37. I mean, look, it's a tough fight. Tough fight for Kamaru Usman. Joaquin Buckley does lack that area of ability to stop a lot of takedowns. He's more explosive. He's got good takedown defense. Can he stop Kamaru Usman's takedowns?
I'm going to say, could he stop Kamaru Usman's takedowns when Kamaru was coming up? No. Could he stop Kamaru Usman's takedowns now? Good possibility.
Kamaru Usman was able to take down Chimaev. And John, he was able to take down in the 3rd round. Didn't he take him down in the 3rd?
Did he take him down, or was it, fatigue?
I
know he was on him.
John, I don't give a shit.
Well, I'm going off of.
I believe he took him down in the 3rd.
Did he?
Yeah, I believe so. And then, but then look, okay, I'm trying to remember if he did. Okay, maybe he did. But if not, regardless, let's say like with Leon Edwards, he's not the easiest guy to take down either.
No, he's not.
And that was literally just 2 fights ago.
True.
So, I mean, he had success taking Leon out. He also got taken down by Leon. But bottom line is, I mean, I look at Kamaru Usman. He's saying no, the knees are obviously they're banged up from wrestling, but he said no, they're good. I can wrestle. Okay. You know, obviously we don't want to wrestle at that age. Rough on the body. Rough. But Buckley right now is finding his stride. He's explosive on the feet, good takedown defense. He will probably shoot a takedown or two because Kamaru Usman is not the same fighter on the bottom as he is on the top.
True.
That's normally the tendency with really good wrestlers. You know, you put Colby Covington on his back, he's like, you know, he's not anywhere near as good as he is on the top. You know, Usman is a different animal on top than he is on the bottom. Sure. On the feet, though, I mean, I'm going to give it to Buckley. I think Kamaru's got good defense. He's got great power, but the speed was going to be a huge factor. Huge factor.
I agree.
Yeah, and the way the other part he swings, caution of the wind, just fucking throws haymakers and big shots. Yeah. Oof. So if I'm the betting lines, I'm thinking that Buckley's probably the favorite.
I think Buckley
just based off the experience. But what do you think those betting lines would be? Like a plus 200, a plus 175?
Yeah, I think you're going to see Buckley at over a plus 200.
Over a plus 200.
Yeah, and that's again, I'm not saying that out of disrespect. I love Kamaru Usman, and but when you're coming off of 3 losses, even though it's to great competition, they're just going to look at it and go, it's in the back of your head. You're on, you know, you're now in that, you know, decline. And the one thing that really kind of, you know, we talked to Kamaru. And, you know, he talked about, you know, look, I want fights. I want legend fights, you know.
Well, that goes to my next question. Why is he taking this fight?
Okay, that's my question too. Why is he taking this one? You know, because, you know, it's one of those, look, Joaquin Buckley's had a great run in the UFC. So I understand, you know, look, you look at him, you go, hey, he's a good fighter. But he's not that legend fighter. You know, you're not getting that fight that you go, okay, I understand why you want to fight him. There's not that status there yet. So I'm kind of, he's a dangerous opponent, no doubt about it. So I think right now, Buckley is ranked somewhere around 6, Kamaru somewhere around 3 or 4. So I mean, it's one of those you can look and go, you know, he's fighting someone down. Does that help him? You know, nothing's helping him here. You know, is he going to get back to being able to be in championship form, or does he even want to fight for the title again? I don't know.
I'm just surprised that he didn't like go, hey, Sean Brady, what's up?
Something like that.
Sean being ranked number 1, Shavkat number 2. They've already promised, you know, Shavkat the next title shot. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition after Brady had such a great performance. You know, Usman at number 4, Jack Della Madalena's already fighting for the title right now. I mean, then Ian Gary just won, but, you know, Buckley and I'm surprised that he took the Buckley fight.
Yeah.
It just kind of threw me off because, like you said,
excuse me,
I've been there in that situation where, like, you're looking for the fights that motivate you towards the end of your career. I want these guys. I want the best fights I can get that motivate me to get me up.
Yep.
I didn't see this coming. So, I mean, I'm not mad at the fight at all. I just I didn't see this fight coming. It wasn't in my peripheral. It wasn't in my vision there where I thought, like, you know, this is the fight. If it was going to be anything, it would have been possibly the Shavkat or possibly the Sean Brady. And the only reason why I was against so much the Shavkat is because they trained at the same gym at Killcliff, you know? And so I was like, I'm sure they've trained together. I don't think they interact that much, to be honest. But I thought for sure the Sean Brady one would be like, you know what? Hey, let me go ahead and fight Sean Brady. That puts me right back into that title contention. I could try to get it again. But nope.
I agree.
Nope. You know, I overall in both these fights, I'm respecting of both of them. I'm excited for both of them. And we're going to see how that all plays out.